What's up, guys? It's me Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Jaime Munguia versus Tureano Johnson, which will be a 12-rounder in the middleweight division. And this fight will be Friday, October 30th from Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, California, broadcasted on DAZN, sponsored by Golden Boy. And to get into both fighters, Jaime Munguia, fighting out of Tijuana, has an excellent record of 35-0 with 28 wins by knockout. He's the former WBO super-welterweight world champion, making 5 defenses to his credit. He is also ranked number 6 by BoxRec in the middleweight division. I believe he was formerly ranked number 2 in the super welterweight division behind Jermell Charlo. But right here, his title defenses in the super welterweight division. He won the title, first of all, against Saddam Ali, dominant fashion, knocking him out early on. I believe it was in the 4th round. He dropped Saddam Ali 3 times or 4 times around there. He really just put a beating on Saddam Ali to win that world title. Then he got a unanimous decision win over top 10 middleweight Liam Smith. Then TKO'd Brandon Cook. Then got a unanimous decision against Takashi Inoue. Then a controversial majority decision, which I thought it was a draw, against Dennis Hogan. Many people thought Hogan won, and I got to agree with them. It was either 6-6 or 7-5 in favor of Hogan. I did not see Munguia winning that fight at all. And after that Dennis Hogan fight, he did bounce back, getting a KO win over Patrick Elodi. And in January of 2020, in Munguia's middleweight debut, he knocked out Gary Spike O'Sullivan in the 11th round. And first 29 of Munguia's fights were against unknown opponents in Tijuana. He's only 24 years old, already got 35 professional fights done. He could have maybe 50, 60 professional bouts by the end of his career, since those Mexican fighters, really, they started at such a young age, and they end up having 60, 70, 80 fights. Chavez had 14 fights in total. Canelo right now, in his 30s, has 57, I believe, in total, counting his draws and wins. And other guys like Juan Francisco Estrada has 44 fights. I mean, they have so many fights. They have professional pedigree. They don't really have too much amateur pedigree, I just have to say. And Munguia is a pressure fighter like most of the Mexican greats. He has a very good power, and I do see him winning by stoppage against Tureano Johnson tonight. But if you look at his resume, all of his opponents except Liam Smith were, in my opinion, top 20, top 15 guys. I think Saddam Ali was a top 15 guy, even though he was a world champion. He just wasn't that great because he got that gift against Miguel Cotto. But that Liam Smith win's definitely his best win. And the guys on his resume that are super welterweight, in my opinion, all those super welterweights were top 20. Same with Gary Sullivan, he's a top 20 fighter. Same with Tureano Johnson, he's a top 20 fighter. We haven't really seen Munguia against a top 10, top 5, top 2 fighter, or a top tier fighter in total. But I am still predicting a lot from Munguia at age 24. I do see him winning a world title at middleweight. He has a lot to learn. He just has to have better defense and just continue his pressure fighting, and he'll win every single fight. And to get into his opponent, Tureano Johnson, fighting out of Nassau, Bahamas, he has a record of 21 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout, ranked number 23 by BoxRec. His 2 losses are to Curtis Stevens by TKO in the 10th round, and to former world title challenger Sergey Derevyanchenko, also a KO loss in the 10th round. He does have a controversial split decision draw against Fernando Castaneda, who was 26-12 going into that fight, which is not a great way to have a draw on your resume, especially in a recent fight, as he did bounce back, though, against a game Jason Quigley, who was undefeated going into that fight, won by TKO in the 6th round. Very good for Tureano Johnson to get that win, bouncing back from that draw against an unknown opponent, and the loss to Sergey Derevyanchenko. But he also has a win against former top contender Mike Gavronsky, who was, I believe, undefeated going to that fight as well, but now obviously not, losing to Tureano Johnson. Right here, even though on his resume he has 2 KO losses, I am predicting another KO loss to go on Tureano Johnson's resume, as I think Jaime Munguia will just pressure him, just like Sergey Derevyanchenko did, and stop him late in the fight. I'm thinking round 8, maybe to round 10, because Munguia, in my opinion, he isn't really known for his really explosive power. It's more of just his power going with his pressure fighting. It just makes for devastating shots, and it makes for very powerful hooks as well. So I am predicting, just like every other of Johnson's losses, a late TKO loss, maybe in the 6th round. I gotta say, from round 6 to round 10, it's going to be a stoppage win for Jaime Munguia. And I do see that after this fight, even though Munguia, he's ranked, I believe, number 1 by the WBO, and I believe number 3 or number 2 by the WBC, so I do see him picking up or challenging for one of those world titles. So overall, my final prediction is a TKO win for Jaime Munguia in the mid to late rounds of the fight. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.